Hello, everyone. Another episode of Voice of the Streets. It's your boy Manny Freezy here. I am at the Loyalty Pays Off clothing store in Baltimore City. It's a black-owned business. For the viewers, everyone, I would like y'all to introduce yourselves.
How you doing? My name is Leleen.
I'm Wop.
Patch. All right, so Patch, what is your title? Like, what do you do for the brand? What?
I'm the utility man for the brand. I do everything for the brand.
Okay.
And it's everything to me, so I give it my all.
Okay. So what do you like? What are some of the jobs that you have to do?
Customize clothes for people. I do a lot of merchandising. Make a lot of clothes in bulk. I just make sure everybody around me is good.
Okay. Okay, Wop. How about you? What is your title and your job description?
The hustler, I'm just the one. I'll keep the coal in the bottom of the boat, making sure everything keep rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's it.
And you?
I like to say, probably one of the faces, the face.
The face.
Pretty much.
The pretty face.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, the
I
pretty
like to make
face.
Sure, I put promotion and all that, and supporting the clothes and
Right. The brand.
The brand off, pretty much.
Right.
The president, so to speak.
Okay. So so how long so how long has Loyalty Pays Off been a company like?
Well,
Since when?
Loyalty Pays Off. I established Loyalty Pays Off in 2017, February 2017, and I started it out the back of the truck, selling clothes out my back of my truck, which I still do today. One thing don't stop the other thing, so we just keep it going. And what we do is we aim to show people a different direction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got choices to do so much in this life, so we just choose to have fun with what we want to do. Everybody like to dress over here,
Right.
like to, stay fresh. So we took it upon ourselves to just have our own.
Right.
And show people that you can actually establish your own. Not just for your block, but worldwide, international. All around the world, they're gonna have Loyalty Pays Off on in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So we working, we grinding hard.
Right.
That's it.
Lord willing, yes. I definitely wish you guys the best and success because hip hop, our culture. I feel like we set the trend for the whole world, and in fashion, we tend to buy. We tend to buy like all these high end designer clothes that is not ours. We make it hot though. But these people, a lot of brands, I'm not going to say any names, but a lot of those brands don't even like us. You know what I'm saying? They don't even like black people. But we make their shit hot. You know what I mean? So I feel like what you guys are doing is wonderful because, I rather put money in my people's pockets. You know what I mean? I'd rather support you than Nike or some, you know what I'm saying? Some people that don't even really like me.
You got to think about it like this, right? We're in a business to where clothing is a universal tool. You understand? So it's not really, Loyalty Pays Off don't really go for the black or the people who the companies that we don't know that don't give back to the community, because everybody has a story.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
And a lot of these people, a lot of these different companies that's big, they had to grind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They all got a story. They all got a lot of hustle. They put a lot of muscle behind their hustle.
Right.
You You understand? So for every company, the ones that say they want these type of people, or they don't want these type of people to wear their garments, they still have a story.
Right.
So if I get to a certain point in my life and I want to go this way, then I'm just gonna go that way.
Right.
And I respect the fact that they made their decision, regardless if we agree with it or we don't agree with it. You still gotta respect the fact that they made a decision.
Right.
And in business, that's key.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, as a consumer, when you look at it as a consumer, then of course you can get that part in there. But business-wise, you got to respect their movement. You know what I'm saying? So with every person out there doing something, as long as they're getting up every day, we respect it over here at Loyalty Pay Off.
No, that's a fact.
And then for anybody who sees this or hears this, that's thinking about wanting to start their own business, what we do is we set a platform for people, and we offer different tools to help them out in starting their business as well, because we at the bottom too, so we know what it takes. So if I took a step or two and then you come behind me, you don't have to, you come and you behind me and you know me, I can say, yo, you might as well go that way, or you can go this way. The same way I would hope somebody in front of me would do the same for me.
Okay.
You understand? So yeah, we don't never look at a person and be like, oh, yo, we all know Black Lives Matter movement and everything going on, but right now we just looking at the clothes movement.
Right.
And there's so many different clothes and fashion, there's so many different styles and different, that we not even got time to worry about this, that, and the third. We just trying to get it out to the world.
Right. Yeah. Nah, I respect that. I respect the grind and I respect the hustle. I feel like you guys are a great example to the next generation, the youth that's coming up, because we're taught that, I feel like in general we're only taught that if you could play a sport or if you can rap, and you know what I mean. Like that. There's only like a few things that you can do as a black man to make it, and it's not true.
No, it's not true at all.
I understand that. A lot of times, entrepreneur is not the word.
Right.
As a black man.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially.
Right.
It's hard for me, excuse me.
Oh no, and I just want to touch on that for the next generation thing. Like me, I'm in this now. My heart is switched into I'm grinding for my son. You know what I'm saying? So my son has something to walk into when he's old enough to be able to get out there and go on his own.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's stepping stones with everything.
Right.
Me playing the sport and not so much for my son to follow on my stepping stone, because you still have to work to get where you want to work.
Correct.
Get where you want to be, excuse myself.
Correct.
But if I build something for him now, his work ethic gonna be a little bit higher, because he see daddy coming in the house 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, tired, putting in grind, blood, sweat, and tears. He'll see that. So when he get it in his hands, he'll do the same thing and make it even bigger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my motivation for it all.
Right. And that's also creating generational wealth. We have to definitely try our hardest to make it, give the next generation the tools that we didn't have. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people tend to like cry about things or make excuses or say, well, I didn't have this and I didn't have that. Well, a lot of people start from zero, you know what I mean? And just because you're starting from zero doesn't mean that you can't get to where you want to be and leave your children, something so that they can leave to your grandchildren.
It comes to the point in time when you gotta understand, like, you can use that as an excuse, or you see what's going on and just do right.
Right.
People continue to be like, oh this, oh that. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's time to just like buckle down, see what you gotta do, and do it.
Right. Right. Because no one's gonna. I don't believe anyone's gonna give us anything. You know what I mean?
You gotta understand with generational wealth, right? The word generational wealth is not leaving your kids money. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Generational wealth, is not having a life insurance policy, and then when you die, they got $250,000. You understand?
Right.
Generational wealth.
Because if you give a child, a young man, $250,000 when he turns 18, he's gonna do what an 18-year-old who got $250,000 is gonna do. And he's gonna have a good time and gonna spend it. You understand?
Exactly.
So
Then be frowned
you said you said two words. You said wealth and tools.
Uh-huh.
You understand? And that loyalty pays off. That's what we aim for. You know what I'm saying? Because the wealth, the generation wealth comes with the tools.
Uh-huh.
That is the wealth.
Right.
You understand?
The
The tools is the wealth.
Right.
Because we could be there's a plant. I mean, don't quote me on the plant, but I believe it's a bamboo plant.
Uh-huh.
Bamboo tree.
Uh-huh.
All right? A bamboo tree takes, you plant the seed, right? What is it? 5 years
Uh-huh.
for it to even crack the dirt.
Okay.
And then when it cracked the dirt after 5 years, in 9 months or 9 weeks, it grows 60 feet tall.
Ooh.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So our loyalty pays off. We take full stride and pride at thinking about and knowing how that bamboo, for 5 years, you got to constantly water that plant. You got to look at that plant and not see that plant.
Right.
But you got to see it. The only one who will see that plant is the one watering the plant.
Right.
You understand? So if I ask her to go water it at this time, and I ask him to go water it at this time, and then I go water it at that time, then we working together. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We might not see it at first, but we all know, well, I know I watered it, you watered it, I bet. So
Yeah, they all
5
come.
years, you know it gotta come. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So as long as you work hard at it, you know what I mean, y'all stand firm with each other. That's the most thing, loyalty, it trumps everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, like,
It trumps whatever you can put out there, my baby mother, my mother, my father, my kids.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
I don't think people really understand that word.
Yeah.
it's overused.
Yeah.
And misunderstood.
Yes.
That's why when we built the company, when I built the company, I could have named it anything.
Right.
But to say that it pays off, it's not something that you want to see now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's something that you see years down the line. It's something that you see when you're not around.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
It's like that question: if a tree falls when no one's around, does it still make a noise?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know the answer to that, right? So when you're not around and somebody's there, asks a question about you, and then your partner's there, or somebody say something bad about you and your partner's there, now you see if that tree makes a sound. You understand? Because now you're gonna see where their loyalty lies.
Right.
It's not what they do in front of me. They can say anything in front of me. It's the shit that they do behind my back.
Right.
So when we put everything together, when putting the company together, there's always bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
You understand? Like I said, I've been at this since 2017.
Right.
We've been in this. We just got a location at 1001 North Broadway, Baltimore MD 21205, back in May. You understand? So the whole time been trials and tribulations, but yet you just gotta keep watering it.
Right.
Keep watering it, because sooner or later it's gonna break through.
Right. And congratulations, you know what I mean? Because I know you guys worked hard to get,
You already know we come
Yeah.
from, we was in there together.
Yeah. And
We was 5 feet deep together, bro.
yeah, that's a fact. I wanted to say something. I had a celly while I was in the feds. They used to always say, persistence beats resistance. In life, you're always going to get resistance.
Yep.
You're always going to face opposition, trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? And sometimes it might be back to back to back to back.
All the times.
Yeah.
You try to get there.
Yeah.
When you get there,
What
it's
happens-
gonna be the same way.
And you like, man, when am I going to get, you know what I mean?
Especially when you got more people around.
Right.
When you got more people around you now, whatever they going through, it all bounces on. So now everybody got to be in unison when it comes down to moving in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all pieces to the puzzle. You can't just have anybody around.
Right.
You can't just have anybody who wants to see your vision.
Right.
Anybody who can share your dream.
Right.
And that's where a lot of business crumble. Because people be thinking that familiarity is the person to go to for advice.
Right.
Oh, nah, that's such and such. I knew him. I know him. No. A piece of shit is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't matter what color shirt they got on, no matter who they used to be.
Right.
It's still a piece of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, throughout the madness, throughout the so-called problems in this life, if you know they're there, fuck them.
Right.
They're there. The thing you do now is you look for solutions. So, throughout my whole trials and tribulations, I stopped and I said, God bless me with good people around me.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So before I could see good people, I started noticing a lot of the people that I thought was good people just start falling off.
Right.
You understand? Their loyalty started to be tested quicker than they expected.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I asked that question. Hit that alone. I asked a question that wasn't that I didn't even know I was going to be asking. And throughout all that, then once you ask for the good to come and the bad start to leave, you start to notice the good is sitting right there. You're like, oh shit. Oh shit, because the bad was crowding your vision. It's not that they just popped up, it's that they was there the whole time, just you couldn't see it because you were so crowded with the bad.
Right.
You understand? So sometimes you just got to take a step back. The same way you do when you forced to do it. Because you forced to sit down sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you force it, if you can do it so easy when you force to do it, take the time for yourself and give yourself a little bit of love and respect to take your time to make a decision instead of keep quoting problems all day. You understand? There's gonna always be problems.
Right.
There's been problems. Your grandmother, your grandfather had problems.
Right.
Their mother had problems.
Right.
Their father had problems. So it's always been there.
Right.
And you can either be the one to cry about what they went through and then keep and expect to go through the same thing, or you can say, you know what, enough is enough. What we gonna do to fix this shit? So building loyalty pays off is us fixing the shit. This is us creating a platform. This is us building a hut for somebody who might not know or might be thinking about doing something wrong. They can come over here and get advice and see somebody look just like them.
Right.
When you see it, we still, but we on another track.
Exactly.
So they can see a different way.
Right.
You understand? Sometimes a person listen better with a person to a person. They can understand.
Right.
I can't drop your ass off in Paris and tell you to go follow their rules. Listen to what they got to say. You don't understand what they're talking about.
Right. Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I heard Dougie Fresh. I heard Dougie Fresh say on his Instagram, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
Once again,
So
there's no way.
this plan that you had, you been thought of this plan way before 2017, right?
Absolutely. I thought about this plan. I had a dream about this plan. I just woke up. My brother came to me in my dream and was like, "You don't worry about it. Loyalty pays off." After a nigga get hit with a whole bunch of time.
Mm-hmm.
So you sitting in the rack and nigga tell you, come in your dream, tell you what else. So I got up, I wrote it down, and I went back to sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when I was able to, I went and I got it incorporated, and the rest is in the books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just based just strictly off of that.
It's a beautiful
I
thing.
didn't even know nothing else except whatever he told me to hand it out to the world. And I ain't no goddamn rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I figured the best way to do it is doing something that I love to do. And I always been in the garments. My whole family been in the garments.
Right.
So it was a no-brainer for me.
Right.
So to go outside now and to see a person that don't know me
Right.
wearing my shit, and then when I look at it too long,
Yeah.
he looked like he ready to whip my ass.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
You looking at me like that? He don't know.
Right.
I'm just stuck because I just made that shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it hit different for me now.
Right.
It's like it's like my dream. I get to see my dream. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it just feels better. Then I got beautiful people all around me,
Right.
so it feels better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's something that
Definitely.
it's something that I don't want it for me. I want it for us. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit, it's a little bit better feeling.
Right.
To see other people wanting to share into it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely feel good to be here.
Yeah.
Because I saw the brand and I wasn't like, in it yet.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. Like,
Right.
I took the head off a nigga, like, that's mine. Like, took it off him, like.
Right.
So, yeah. Free him.
Yeah.
Free him.
Big Neff.
Yeah.
Big
But
Neff, bro.
And it makes me proud. It makes me proud because, we was down in the same struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Back in 2011,
Exactly.
2012, you know what I'm saying? We was in Supermax.
Exactly.
And fast forward now, it's 2020, almost 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And you've always had the hustle in you.
Yeah.
You just turned it into something positive.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I told you that I seen a random guy in the county, wearing the Loyalty Pays Off, and I'm in my head, I'm like, damn, that's my man's line.
Yeah.
That's my man's clothing line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that put a smile to my face. You know what I mean? Cause like
it's something that we're gonna take, inshallah, and we're gonna blow this thing to the next level. You know what I mean? Into the next level, and into the next level, and into the next level, because there's no stopping. You understand? We have no plans on stopping. We got a 10-year no fumble rule,
right.
and we ain't playing no games with nobody. You understand? And every step is a start.
Right.
You understand? We ain't got no time to be whispering, tiptoeing,
Right.
or nothing, because we ain't got nothing to hide.
Right.
You understand? So we put everything on the table. You understand? Every garment that they get, we actually put our elbows into it. We ain't just sending it off and bring it back. We make it right here in front of your face, so you can bring any color you want in this world.
Right.
And we'll compensate your whole fit. You understand?
Right.
And we take pride in that. You know what I'm saying? When a person leave out of here, they snatch the clothes and smiling and running like they just won something.
Right.
So that's a good feeling to see people who actually, kids and women and aunts and grandmothers and everybody talking about, baby, I love the way that suit fit. It hit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it different.
Quick,
so
little
nice.
funny story. Right? So
Yeah.
Me and getting a little TPs off, cap ride past, store up over there. I'm like, yo, I love that shit. Love that shit. One day, I ride past, door open. Let me go in there. It's crowded. Feel me? I say, bro, I want that. He's like, oh, I don't got enough time right now, bro. You come back tomorrow, inshallah, I'll get you right. I said, all right, bro, I buy the shirt. Bought the shirt, went home. Yeah, threw it on. Yeah, felt real good. Went around the way, niggas was like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Like, let a little joint down the way. Yo, y'all need to come. It's got some nice stuff down there for real.
Right.
Go back the next day, driving down, like, this nigga bad, get me right for real. You know, get me right, yo. I'll be a little upset, yo, because I'm taking time out of my day, you feel me?
Right.
Get down. I was like, oh, there you go. What you want? What shoes? Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, I got a whole outfit.
Right.
Like, nah, I want some more.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
I want some more. And then I'm the type of guy I'm gonna come every day. Come get a little outfit every day, bro.
Like I said, the name of the company is Loyalty Pays Off.
Right.
It's not the money didn't pay off.
Yeah.
It was the fact that he kept coming every day that made me take knowledge to him. So
Right.
the rest is history. He's sitting right here on the side of me now.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying?
Loyalty pays off.
Right.
That's it.
Forever.
Hell yeah, man.
Forever.
You can't beat loyalty. You know what I'm saying? So like now that you got the store and like what's your vision? What's your next plan? Where do you see yourself, I'll say, in the next 5 years?
I see myself in the next 5 years asking them, what's the next state we're going to take down? Because we're going to get into real estate. Loyalty Pays Off. Real estate is up and running. And that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on buying much commercial property as possible, much storefronts as possible, so we can get as many young people into employment as possible. You understand? We want to get as many. It's not about the money. It's about giving people a different way to look at life.
Right.
You understand? With everything is about you get tested in this life with loss of wealth and loss of life. These are the two major tests.
Right.
Right? Of course, you have patience. You gotta get tested with your patience, humility, and everything like that. But loss of life and loss of wealth is something that a lot of people can relate to today.
Right.
Regardless of religion, regardless of whatever standpoint you look at it, you can say somebody in my family died, my close friend died, especially in Baltimore, Maryland today.
Exactly.
All right. So when you give younger kids a place where they can actually be themselves and not have to adapt to whatever environment that they're around, when they come inside here, they create their environment. You understand? This is not your average workplace.
Right.
This workplace is an academy, so to speak. So you come in here, you got to learn everything before you can even move anywhere else. You got to learn how to heat press. You got to learn how to fold. You got to learn how to clean. You got to learn the sales pitch. All these things right here are things that you can actually take on for your own business.
Right.
And for your own thing. You understand?
Yeah.
So we don't really teach you how to stay with us. We teach you how to get strong enough so you can go out there and do it yourself.
Right.
You understand? And then you can be an asset. Not just to me, but to your family.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're no longer a liability. Now when you make the phone call, people are excited to hear your calls instead of before when they're like,
right.
What do you want now? Right?
Yeah.
You understand? And a lot of times, we gotta bail him out. He up there acting like, no, now it's, hey, what's going on, y'all? Come down to this event. Oh, I got this going on. I just started this. And it hits different for the family. It affects them. It's a trickle-down effect.
Right.
You understand? Once you see one person starting to do good, he'll convince the next person to start doing good.
Right.
And it can save people's lives in the same instance. You understand?
No, for sure. It's like the saying that goes, you could give a man a fish and feed him that one time, or you could teach him how to fish and he'll eat forever for the rest of his life.
And we give out rods up here.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know?
That's what you first get when you walk in.
Rod.
Then we teach you how to use it.
Right.
That's it. Teach you the best places to go for you to find a good fish, and you go provide for yourself. That's it.
That's awesome, man.
That's life.
That's great. That's great, man.
That's all we was taught. So that's all we teach.
Yeah. That's great.
A circle full of chiefs is way more powerful than anyone ever think. But see, there's so many people today that don't take pride in that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they got the whole chief with Indians around.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's a more common picture. It's nothing but a program.
Mm-hmm.
So what we decided to do over here is reprogram ourselves. You understand?
Right.
And try to get more inclined with ourselves and see what's going on,
Right.
how we can do with each other to evolve.
Right.
And don't really worry about outside entities.
Right.
But we take advice and we take direction from what they did and what they didn't do to teach us which way to go and not go. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not perfect. So I try to look to the people who actually made the steps and made the accomplishments. So and a lot of them companies are companies that don't want us to wear their stuff.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But their direction and their hustle is undeniable.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So for even that, you gotta, anytime you're dealing with business, you have to deal with logic thinking. You understand?
Yeah.
There's no gray area in business. It's black and it's white.
Right.
You live in the gray area, that's for emotions. If you're going to be on man time, you got to be logic thinking. That's the way you're able to move.
Right.
You understand? You're not going to go, when you take a step, you're not going to go left, left, right.
Right.
You can't do it. You'll sit there all day.
Right. Right.
You ain't gonna go left, left, right, left, right. No, you're going to go left, right. It's black, white. You're going to make a decision. You ain't going to drag one foot. You're going to look crazy if you do something different than you did with the other one, right?
Yeah.
All right, then. That's life. You understand? We make it confused with all this emotional crap.
Right.
You understand? But these people who we don't like, who we say is they're not for black people,
Mm-hmm.
they don't display that emotional crap.
Right.
They let it be known off the rip. No, you're cool. That's it. You understand? So we try to take the same approach.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm very proud of you, man. I'm very proud of all of y'all. You know what I
Same
mean?
to you, man. Let me take the time to say I'm proud of you. You understand? Because you came from a time when you could have been doing anything. You could have still been in there with the way you was living your life.
Yeah.
You understand? Because a lot of time when you choose to live the path that you was on, you got to do certain things.
Yeah.
You understand? And that could cost you 20, 25.
Right.
You understand? So the fact that you here controlling the camera right now is bigger than you will ever know.
Right.
You understand? Because your kids and your kids' kids and your kids is gonna be able to see what you've done here today.
That's real.
And what you're doing.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's better than anybody can ever say out their mouth.
Right.
So my hat's off to you too, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Word is real.
Thank
That's
you.
real.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like as far as social media, are y'all on social media? Y'all got any?
Yeah, we on Instagram. Loyalty Pays Off.
Loyalty Pays Off
Loyalty
on
Pays Off
Instagram.
LLC.
Okay.
Leah, LPO Leah, LPO Patch, LPO WAP,
Yep.
LPO Tia. So it's a whole LPO movement. You put LPO, there's gonna be a whole bunch of names starting to pop up on there.
Okay.
And it'll be more and more and more.
Right.
So any person with their own business who looking for wholesale goods or anything like that, we make sure we can do whatever we can do for the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that.
All that. Loyalty
All that.
Pays Off.
Loyalty
Okay.
Pays Off at Twitter, Loyalty Pays Off at Instagram, Loyalty Pays Off at Facebook.
Okay. All right. Another quick question. So during this whole COVID thing, you know what I mean? It's been, I guess, kind of like a recession or whatnot. How did you guys deal with that? How did you adjust?
Well, with anything, the first thing you got to do is you got to know your parameters. You got to know, before you can find out what to do,
Mm-hmm.
you got to find out what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way you get to know how much room you got to move in.
Right.
Right, so we walked around the whole square. We see how much room we had to move, and then we just started moving in the space that we was given.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And we just kept moving. We never sat, because the fear comes from sitting to become stagnant
Yeah.
and complacent. You
Right.
understand? And the next thing after that is death.
Yeah.
You understand? So, in order for us to build, we got to constantly keep moving, and you got to move at a steady pace, not a fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a fast thing. This is not a do everything. We're not even big on doing too much, and we just want to do enough to build the proper foundation first.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And this is the proper time right now, because this is where people are more receptive to hear what you got to say now, because there ain't too many distractions.
Right.
You understand? So it's a good thing. So we take the mobile approach and we go straight to their neighborhood.
Right.
You understand? So it's like a marketing tool that we designed to where we start our own delivery service. So if you buy a sweatsuit and you don't feel like coming out, you pay for it, and it's like a pizza. It'll come right to your front door.
Right.
So we do the same thing here too. So it's like a clothing store carry out. So to speak.
Hot and ready.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Fresh off the press.
All right.
So yeah.
So before we get out of here, I mean, is there any type of message y'all want to give to the people out there?
Just keep moving. Like,
Love, not hate.
love, not hate. Just keep moving.
Real.
It's not even a love, not hate for me. It's the keeping it moving. We all know we gonna fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you gonna fall, right? And when you fall, how fast you gonna get up.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? And not keep falling because of the same things. See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
once you foolproof
Definitely.
yourself and that, boy, you be out like Usain Bolt with everything you touch over here.
Absolutely.
Once you figure that, you think that man learn how to run, you see what I'm saying? Without falling and tripping and stumbling and figuring out where he falls and trips and stumbles
Mm-hmm.
and get it right. Now this man got See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I equate to things like that. It's like, keep going.
Right.
You gonna hit walls.
Right.
Don't do that,
And
motherfucker.
if y'all need all sweatsuits, we got all type of sweatsuits, and we're gonna be doing leather coats and leather jackets in the winter.
Winter's coming.
Winter coming, so we're gonna run sweatsuits and leathers and all the jeans that y'all want. So come on down to the shop. We got them for kids, women, men, and we just working and we getting everything together for the people.
Yeah. I'm gonna put all the information in the description.
Most definitely.
And the link in y'all social media and stuff. But yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Thanks for
I
having us.
appreciate it.
Yes, bro. For
This
real.
was another episode of Voice of the Streets. I'm Manny Freezy. I love y'all, man.
Love you too, brother.